Welcome. It's Claudine again, and we are here with a very, very special personal story this week. I'd like to tell you the story that led this piece to my house, which is, it started, probably 3 years ago, and I saw a taller version of this piece at the Erie Art Museum spring show. And I immediately saw from the side angle that it looks like the pi symbol. And many of you may not know, but in a prior life, I was a mathematician, turned, furniture consignment person. So it really spoke to me as merging the two careers together. And I was stunned when I walked up to it that it was actually named Pie Cabinet. And so I literally took a picture of it that day and carried it around on my phone for probably 2 years. Until one day I walked into where I am right now, which is Glass Growers Gallery on 5th and down by 5th and State Street. And I actually saw the cabinet for sale here at the gallery. And it was, like I said, the tall version. And I just kept thinking about it and kept thinking about it, and I really decided that I would love to have it in a smaller version. And I spoke with the owner, Debbie Vahanian, and she put me in contact with the artist. And we were then able to have him custom make a smaller version of the cabinet for me.
Claudine mentions the name, the Pie Cabinet, and where that came from is we always kind of give the opportunity to name whatever piece I have to one of the kids or my wife or whatever, and we sit around and we look at it and think, well, what is that? And they come up with some interesting names, but the Pie Cabinet did come. Those side rails look like pies. Whenever you're making a piece like this, you kind of start with what you want it to look like and then kind of look at what you got to make it out of. And the two kind of go hand in hand, and that process of constructing a piece of furniture like that is what interests me. The enjoyment really comes from the process of figuring out how to execute a design. And the joints and woodworking in this particular piece is no different than, there's mortise and tenon joints, there's all kinds of other joints in there. And it's the same thing that any woodworker would use. But the idea, the fun of the point of woodworking in my mind is how to use those same basic techniques and how to create those mortise and tenons joints and how to do that and come up with the design that you had in mind in the first place. Use what you have to get what you want, and that whole process is what interests me.
It's really my first foray into having original art in my home, and I love the fact and the story and the local artist and everything that went into it. And so it's probably, I would say, the most heirloom-worthy piece in my home as far as giving something on to my family and things like that. So having one of those stories in your home, in a piece in your home, I think is a very special way to go about decorating.
Hello, I'm Debbie Vahanian, owner of Glass Growers Gallery, and I'm very proud to be a part of this project, getting Claudine together with George. We've been in business since 1974, and we featured regional fine art and American crafts, and I really feel George's work bridges the gap between both of them.